Hi kids. So once again, welcome to your own learning platform, Learn Forward, and Mini is right here to take you ahead on your maths journey with your maths book, Maths Concepts and Skills for Grade 3 by Feathercaps. So students, today ahead in the journey, we are going to start chapter 4 of your book, in which we will be learning about multiplication ahead. What is multiplication? Not a new word for you. So can you quickly tell me what is multiplication? Multiplication is repeated addition. That is the perfect answer, children. So if you have learned the multiplication tables well, you have understood how to multiply numbers, let's have a gear up exercise for you from the past learning. So here is a multiplication maze for you. Help busy bee. Can you see the busy bee here? So how are you going to help it? Help busy bee to reach the jar of honey. It's just here. But then it has to move into this maze. How? Moving in the direction of the correct answer of each multiplication, the sum will help you reach the honey jar. So let's see how do we move in the direction of the correct answer for the multiplication. This is 3 times 5. Is it 35? No. Is it 15? Yes. So this is the right track. Now this number 15 is leading you ahead to another multiplication sum. That is 23 times 10. How much is the answer? 230. So now this answer is leading you here. What do you get here? 12 times 4. What is the answer? Is it this way 35 or right side it is 48? 48 is perfect. So now this answer leads you to another multiplication sum. That is 34 times 2. How much is the answer? 68, children. Very good. So now this answer again leads you to another sum. 42 times 3. What is the correct answer? 126. Okay. So you will come here. Now 126 leads you to another sum. 50 times 10 is 500. So here you get the answer. This 500 leads you to still another multiplication, 62 times 4. What is it? It is 248. Perfect. Now this leads you to 72 times 3. And how much is it? It is 216. But then you have reached your target and helped busy bee reach its pot of honey. Thank you so much. The honeybee is saying that to you. So was that fun? That's great. I also enjoyed doing it with you children. So let's move ahead and learn more about multiplication. We know that multiplication is repeated addition, and the symbol for multiplication is this cross, just like an X, right? Now, when you write the multiplication fact, just like in addition and subtraction, we have learned new terms like addends, sum, then you have subtrahend, you have the difference. Similarly, you have the terms in multiplication also. If you have this multiplication fact, 7 times 4 is 28. So, what is this called? The number which you multiply is called the multiplicand. The number by which you multiply is called the multiplier. And what is the answer called? This is the product, children. So these are the 3 new terms you will have to learn now. The number which is multiplied is the multiplicand. The number by which you multiply is the multiplier. And the answer that you get is the product. So just 3 new words in your dictionary. Okay. Now we have more multiplication tables for you here, 7, 8 and 9. Just like you have learnt your other multiplication tables, you will be learning more multiplication tables, and based on them, you will be doing this exercise. Fill in the blanks. 7 times 7 is? Good children. Many of you have already learned. And how much is 5 times 8? That is from your grade 1. Grade 2, yes, this is 40. So similarly, you will be writing answers for other multiplication sums. Now let's connect. It is healthy to eat green leafy vegetables, isn't it? Yes. Here each part of the leaf has a number. Circle the pair of numbers that when multiplied give us the number in the circle. So what do you see? You have some number written here in the circle, and in the petals of the flower, what you see? 4 numbers are written. So you just have to circle the numbers which will give you the product 20 here. 3 times 4 is 20? No. 4 times 6 is 20? No. 3 times 5 is 20? No. 3 times 6 is 20? No. What is 20? It is 5 times 4. You get the product 20. So similarly, you will be finding out 72, 100 and 42 in these numbers, right? Now, multiplication of a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number without regrouping means no carryover, tens, hundreds like that. Let us learn how to multiply a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number. So, if the number is 123 and you expand it, do you remember that expanding strip? Yes. So, if you expand it, this is 100, 2 tens, 3 ones, and when you have to multiply it by 3, what do you get? Multiply them. 100 times 3 is 300, 20 times 3 is 60, and 3 times 3 is 9. So when you add them, you get the number 369. But that is a lengthy way of multiplying. So what do? We make columns. Now it's a 3-digit number, so 3 columns, hundreds, tens and ones. Write the number carefully with digits under their proper places. So 300, 2 tens, 1 ones, and you have to multiply it by 3, which is a 1-digit number that will take this place of ones. Now when you start multiplying, first you will multiply the ones place by 3, then you will multiply the tens place by 3, and last you will multiply the hundreds place by 3. So in 3 steps you will be doing this multiplication. 3 times 1 is 3, then 3 times 2 is 6, then 3 times 3 is 9. So your answer is 963, right? So I think column method is much more easier and it's not messy also. That's great, children. So you have an exercise here to do. Multiply the following. Numbers are already written. Let's do one part. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 0 is 0. And 3 times 2 is 6. So you get your answer 609. So easy. So I'm sure you can do rest of the parts yourselves. Let's move ahead now. Now we'll be doing multiplication of 3-digit number with regrouping. That means we have some carryover because we cannot write 2 digits at one place. Remember, whenever it happens, we have to take a carryover. So if you have to multiply 134 by 4, what will we do? First write the numbers 134 digits under their proper places. You have to multiply by 4. So we'll write 4 here. First multiplication will be 4 by 4. So 4 fours are 16. But can you write 16 here all together? No. That means you will have to write just 6 at the ones place and 1 will go carry over to the tens place. Now in the second you will be multiplying 4 and 3. 4 threes are 12. And now you will be adding your carryover here at the tens place. So 12 plus 1 is 13. You write 3. Again 1 will go carry over to the bigger place, hundreds place. And in the next step, you multiply this now. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 carryover. That gives you 5. So your answer is 536. So always remember, whenever you get 2 digits, the tens digit will go ahead as a carryover to the tens place, and if you have to multiply at the tens place, the carryover will move to the hundreds place. What you have to check is if you have to multiply 426 by 3. We do 3 6 are 18, 8 carry 1. So 3 2s are 6 and 3 4s are 12. What about this carryover? Where is that gone? You need to add it. So the correct answer will be 3 6 are 18, 8 carry 1, 3 2s are 6 plus 1. That gives you 7 and then 3 4s are 12. So remember, whenever there is a carryover, you have to add it after multiplication. So here's an exercise for you. Let's do one part. Start from the ones place. 2 sevens are 14. Yes, good. Carry over. Now 2 twos are 4 plus 1. Perfect. And 2 threes are 6. You get 654. You got the correct answer. So I'm sure the rest of the parts you can do yourselves, children. Okay, let's do more activities. Let's connect. How many days does the earth take to revolve around the sun? Do you know? It takes 365 days. That's good. How much time will it take to revolve 5 times? So one time it is taking 365 days. Another, yes, you are right there because we have to add 365 5 times. So what you will do is 5 times 365, multiply and get your answer. Next, multiplication of a two-digit number by a two-digit number without regrouping. So here, let's write the numbers 32 and below it 13 with a multiplication sign. Now, this multiplication is to be done in 2 steps, children. How? Let's understand. When you have to multiply 32 by 13, we will first multiply by the ones digit. So, this is 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9. And in the second step, you will multiply by 1. So, before multiplying by 1, before the multiplying by the tens digit, always remember here you will put a 0 first. So, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3. Now, you will be adding them together. So, you get 6, 9 plus 2 is 11, 1, carry 1 and 3 plus 1 is 4. So, you get 416. Now, a question from you can be, why do we put a 0 here? Let's see. When you have to multiply by 13, actually 13 means 10 plus 3. So first you are multiplying by 3, it's done. And then you have to multiply by 10. And when you multiply by 10, you just put a 0 at the end. We have already learned. So you get 32. Tens are 320. And then you add them, you get 416 as the product. So this is how you will be writing. First multiply by 3, then multiply by the second number. Before that, you have to put a 0 at the end. You get 2 here. So it is 320. Now adding them, you get the answer 416. Put a plus sign here, add them, you get 416. Right? So multiplication by a two-digit number will be done in 2 steps. Let's do one of the questions here from your exercise. Here first multiply by 3. 3 twos are 6. Again 3 twos are 6. Now in the second step you have to multiply by 1, before which you will write a 0 at the ones place. 1 times 2 is 2. Again 1 times 2 is 2. Now let's add them, put a plus sign. 6, 8, 2. That is perfect, 286. Similarly, you will be doing the other parts in this exercise. Now multiplication by a two-digit number with regrouping when there is a carryover. So if you have 59 multiplied by 43, first multiply by 3. So when you multiply by 3, what do you get? 3 nines are 27, carry 2, 3 fives are 15 plus 2, 70. Now in the next step, you will be multiplying by 4, before which you will write a 0 here at the ones place. Now 4 nines are 36. So 6 here, carry over 3. 4 fives are 20 plus 3, 23. So you get 2 products here. To get the final product, you will add them. So we will put a plus sign here. 7. 7 plus 6 is 13. 3. Carry 1. 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 5. And this is 2. So the product is 2537. So this is how you will be doing in 2 steps. And the same process will be followed, except that this is regrouping. So the carryover will go to the next bigger place. Let's do a part here. 55 times 43. So by which number will you multiply first? Yes, by 3. 3 fives are 15. 5 carry 1. 5 threes are 15 again, plus 1 is 16. Now the next will be multiply by 4, but you have to put a 0 before starting. Yes, 4 fives are 20. So 0, now carry over is 2. Again 4 5s are 20 plus 2, 22. And you will be adding these numbers now. 5. You are going ahead giving answer and you got it perfect. The product is 2365. That's perfect. So you have more questions here for practicing, and we have hot share about some birthday presents. On her birthday, Ananya got some gifts from her friends and some cash from elders also. Let's find out what all she got, then answer the questions that follow. So cash, how much did she get? Rupees 1100 from each of the 4 relatives, rupees 500 from each of the 5 relatives. How much money did she get in all? So what is the total money? How will you find out? 1100 from 4 relatives. So we will multiply and find out. So let's multiply 1100 by 4. So this is 4 zeros are 0, 4 zeros are 0, 4 ones are 4, 4 ones are 4. Even when it is 4 digits, we will keep multiplying the bigger places also. So you get 4400 here. Going ahead, 500 from each of the 5 relatives. Yes, 500 times 5. You got it correct. It is 2500. 2500 is the correct answer. So this is 2500. So the total money she got is, you will add them and get the answer. Ananya's mother bought 35 return gifts for her friends. If each return gift costs rupees 120, find the total money spent by Ananya's mother. So the cost of one is 120. How will you find the cost of 35 return gifts? You will be multiplying. Yes. So multiply 120 by 35 in a 2-step way and get your answer. Properties of multiplication. We have already learned 2 properties of multiplication in grade 2. Let's quickly recall. When you multiply any number by 0, what do you get? 0. And when you multiply by 1, what do you get, children? You get the same number. Perfect. Now we have some more properties. The first property here is order property. Order property says that you can change the order of numbers when you are multiplying them, which means if you have to multiply 2 by 3, you get 6, and even if you multiply 3 by 2, then also you get 6. So this order of numbers can be changed in multiplication. Multiplication by 0 we have already learned in grade 2, just recall. Multiplication by 0 gives 0 as the product, and multiplication by 1 gives the same number as the product. Now, something very interesting in multiplication, when you have to do multiplication by 10, 100 or 1000, what happens, children? When you multiply by 10, you just add 1 0 with the digit, with the number. When you have to multiply by 100, it has got 2 zeros. So you will just add 2 more zeros to the number. And in multiplication by 1000, you will add just 3 zeros to the number. How? To the multiplier. How do you get it? If you have to multiply any number by, suppose the number is 23. So 23 times 10. So to the multiplicand, you will just put a 0 after it. You get 230. If you multiply by 100, put 2 zeros after the multiplicand, you get 2300. When you have to multiply by 1000, now put 3 zeros after the multiplicand, you get this number, right? So simply you have to put zeros. Now, if you have to multiply by 20, 30, 40 or numbers like that which have 0 at the end, so in this case, children, what you will do? You will just keep the 0 aside in your mind for some time and you will simply multiply by 2. Suppose you have to do 20 times 4 is how much? So just keep the 0 aside for some time and multiply the remaining. 2 4s are 8. Now to this 8, add the 0 that was in your mind. So it becomes 80. If you have to multiply 25 by 40, so I'll just put the 0 of 40 in my mind and multiply 25 and 4. 25 times 4 is 100 and 1 0 was in my mind. I will put it back here after 100 and I get my answer 1000. right? So this is just what you have to do when you have to multiply numbers which have zeros at the end. Keep the number of zeros aside and after simple multiplication, put them back after your product, right? So this is very simple and it helps you a lot in quick multiplication. So multiply the following. Yes, the first answer is 0. So such properties you can see here. Let me get the answer for this. What is it? Wow, that's brilliant. 450. So to the multiplicand, you will just put this 0 after it. What about this? Yes, 12 as it is and count the number of zeros. They are 3. So we will put 3 zeros after it. That's it. And when you have to multiply the number like this, 19 and 20. So what will you do? 19 times 2. Put 0 in your mind. 19 times 2. Quickly give me the answer. What is it? It's 38. And the 0 that was in your mind, you will put it back. So you get the answer 380. So with these tricks, you will be doing the rest of the parts in this exercise. So let's think each 100 gram of cereal consists of 66 grams of carbohydrates. How many grams of carbohydrates are consumed by a person if he eats 1 kilogram of cereal? We have already learned about conversion. So 1 kilogram is equal to how many grams? 1000 grams. And out of 1000 grams, if we make packs of 100 grams each, how many packs will you get? 100. You will get such 10 packs. Now you have got 10 packs of 100 each. And in one pack, how much is the carbohydrate content? Just 66 grams. So 66 grams carbohydrates in one pack. That means in 10 packs, how much carbohydrates? (66 times 10), which is equal to 660 grams. Fine. Now, moving ahead, we have chapter at a glance. The number being multiplied is called the multiplicand, and by the number by which you multiply is called the multiplier. What is the answer called? That is the product. So these are the three new terms we have learnt about multiplication today. Numbers can be multiplied in any order. This is the order property we have learnt. When you multiply by 0, the answer is 0. And when you multiply by 1, the answer is the number itself. These are the properties of multiplication. Now, when a number is multiplied by 10, 100, 1000, we just put as many zeros as there are in the multiplier after the multiplicand. Okay, so you just have to put these number of zeros and the product you will get by this method. And if you have to multiply by the numbers 20, 30, 40, then we'll keep aside the zeros for a while, multiply the numbers as usual and put back zeros to the product and you get the final product. Now, competency based questions for my little champs. If we multiply 75 by 34, then we get the result. Quickly multiply and get your answer. The number of days in 15 simple years. How many days are there in 1 year? 365. So in 15 years, how many will be there? Yes, you will be multiplying. So 15 times 365 is perfect. You don't have to find the answer, just the multiplication fact. Now miscellaneous exercise, tick the correct options. The number by which another number is multiplied is called the multiplicand. Next, when we multiply 7 by 7, what do you get? 49 for those who have learned the tables well. What is the answer to this? What's the product? 10 times 100 is 1000. See how? 1 and 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Now, how many total zeros do you see here? 3 zeros will put after 1 and you get 1000. So, these strategies are going to help you in doing your multiplication faster. So, this is the product you have to find out in both the next questions. Find out the answers yourselves, children. Subjective type questions for you now. The box is filled with multiplication problems to solve, but the symbols are missing. Find the sums given below. Place the correct symbols and solve. So, in the first one, what do you see, children? 6 times 7 is 42. So, what you have to do here? Put the multiplication sign and put the equal to sign. So, you get here 6 times 7 is 42. Similarly, you'll be finding the other multiplication facts here and putting the correct symbols between them. You can write the answers there. Okay, you might look for the numbers like this horizontally. You can even look for numbers vertically, like 7 times 2 you have here. So 7 times 2 is equal to 14. Okay, so check out these remaining yourselves and have fun. Next question, in a medical shop, there were 25 packets of bandages. Each packet, there were 100 bandages. What is the total number of bandages? Multiplication, yes. Oh, you got the answer also. So it's 25 into 100, 2500. That's perfect. Next, there are 4 gumball machines and in each machine there are 115 gumballs. Find the total number of gumballs and give reason for your answer. What will you do? Multiplication. Why will you multiply here? Because it's repeated addition. Perfect answer, children. There are 6 piggy banks in my house. Each piggy bank has 325 coins. Find out how many coins I have in all. For you to practice. Myra, Ayan and Pranav have a set of jumbled numbers. So these are all jumbled. Analyze these numbers and help them create different tables using these numbers. So can you just find out which tables can be written from here? I can see 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21, 7 times 4 is 28, like this. So we can just find out which tables can we create from these. Myra wants to create the table of 7, Ayan the table of 8 and Pranav the table of 9. So you will have to just exchange their numbers here, children. And here is a fun activity for you, which you can enjoy doing in class with your friends. And then let's think, let's solve this puzzle. Number 1, number 2, the sum, the product. Okay, so here you have 8 and 8. Here you have to find the sum of numbers. 8 plus 8 is 16 and 8 multiplied by 8, you have to find the product is good 64. This is how your dodging helps. Similarly, you will find the sum and product here in this puzzle. Now here's a maths lab activity for you to have fun with your classmates, with your teachers. The stuff is available on your tables. Just do this activity in class and have lots of fun, children. I'm sure you have enjoyed learning multiplication today. We'll come up with more interesting sessions in maths with Mini. Till then, happy learning, children.